Okay, so I think we're on. I think. Um, I'm just yeah. It was a long time since I think I did this, so uh, I am not proud of this. I have learned a lot since this first page, so um, it's kind of like um, it doesn't really work like because I want to, if I could, I would like take away the hands and it just doesn't read very well. But I'm thinking keeping it because I need to get going and I'm seeing this as like a learning experience and stuff like that. I don't know. It doesn't read as a story very good, and it's not what I want to get across anyway. Um, and it's a kind of the same as this page as well. I don't think it reads very well. I'm just gonna finish it though, you know, give it its last, you know, give it a little bit love so it actually works, you know. That's my plan anyway. I've been taking so like long since I've been drawing and stuff like that, but I don't know, I feel like kind of sad about that. I have to think about how does she look like. I have been writing a lot, and I suppose that's a process in itself. What is this? What's going on here? How do I explore this? Like, okay, so you know, how do I give it like the impression of this leg goes over here? Because it doesn't really work, does it? Right? Okay, this leg goes over here, this leg goes here. This goes, I think that got worse. I don't know. I wanna make it so that one is over that one at least. That doesn't work. I thought about feeling her hair. It's actually, it goes like that. And what is happening is her arm disappearing here. Yeah, it seems so. I mean, that doesn't look right. Like so, maybe. Just have to like imply, I suppose. Everything will be fine. So I feel like my you know, my drawing powers have been a little bit off. You know, they're not as they should. What's this Kakashi here? Yeah. Her hair should be more like thick in this area, and then like so. But if it's, you know, looks very not like her. She has a very round face. Opinion. Does it look like it though? a little shape, but you know. So do I with this small like tell my story? Anyway, I was thinking today like about how when you're a kid and stuff, it's you want to be like some kind of Batman person, but you want to like do so much stuff. And well, like I feel like you look at people online and you'll be like, oh, I want to be doing that and that, and you don't realize that the person you're comparing yourself to is like 25 or something. Like you're 15 or something, and you think, oh, I want to be able to do all this. Like everybody's so much further ahead than me, but like I think like most things you will just figure it out if you're interested, you know. So I feel like you just gotta like do what you're interested in, and you know, not be too you know. You know, it's good to have plans and stuff like that and trying to, but I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like I didn't like actively like study a lot of the things that I learned anyway, like it was like cooking and stuff. I was like, I want to be able to learn to cook this and this, and just it was so hard for me to, because I wasn't really that interested in all that, and that just came later that I became interested as time went, and then it was very easy to learn all that. So I think that's the key, you know. If you're interested, it's gonna come to you pretty easily. I think it's because as a kid you don't have a sense of how fast things takes to learn and stuff like that. So I was thinking, okay, I gotta learn this, and there was so much that it just felt overwhelming to me. That caused a lot of stress, which was not necessary. Thinking that you have to be like all of these things. And I think it's the same like with AI and stuff like that, and get the feeling that some people are so much more ahead of you, and with AI it's even worse because, well, AI is ahead of you. Like why is anyone needing you and stuff like that? So it feels bad. This feels a very skin tight jeans if she wears it, you know. I don't know how to, I feel like you gotta do it with the edges and stuff like that to apply. Yeah, I'm just going through my mind. I know you're not supposed to do that. But I think it's also good to also do that every now and then, a little bit of weird, stupid art stuff, because you get to learn and use your own imagination and all that stuff. It seems to me like she has like this short pointy thing, so it's like trying to visualize the way her clothes look like. I think I'm just gonna make it like have like these edges and stuff like that. And does it go across her like? Because she changes her clothes after this anyway, so I don't have to think about. I just have to make sense of this one. clothing type. So I don't know if is this how her, you know, it's like that, but her cups goes over. Right. Still depends on. I know I have like the darkest scenes, and I'm like talking just very casually, like okay, so. But maybe I should leave it behind and get going to the other scenes. You feel me? Because sometimes I just get lost in doing all this stuff, and I'm sure if it's so good, then it helps me all the time. Anyway, while I think about how youth is affected by the current like climate in the world, I don't know. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. You're thinking right. That makes sense. It still looks stupid, but it makes more sense. Yeah, it looks slightly more readable, but it doesn't make sense. And it does, and it doesn't. Like, how you like? Okay, you get that she's running out. Right, she goes through a door. She goes out the door. Here, madness happens. You feel me? And I think it's because I'm not a good drawer, so people don't understand, because I cannot define my art good enough. By the way, I've been getting into programming a lot, so every time I use certain words like define and all this stuff, it's just it feels like, I don't know, programming and stuff like that. And programming makes me occasionally mad, because there's so much people who are like, this is the standardized way to do it, this is the best way to do it, and I'm like, oh, okay, sure. But what if I just want to do like a simple thing? I don't know, it's... No, I will follow. I will try. I think the logic is important or something like that. You feel me? She has a little pocket here. I'm gonna make sure that little pocket stays out throughout the ideas. And then you're gonna make sure that her, like, because jeans have waistbands, that's how you know they are jeans. And they're holding up like that. And they sometimes make folds, even though they're very tight to the body occasionally, if it's a tight kind of jeans. They have very like strictness denim. Anyway, that's what I think. Okay, so here's her thing. I gotta like indicate what I'm trying to do here, even though it doesn't work. So yeah. Okay. Maybe I can go back to these with something. What is this hand doing? Okay. Okay. I am more of a sculptor, yeah? I shouldn't be. That's not how you do this. That's how I draw. That's how I've always drawn, kind of. Like a sculptor. It's probably cheating. Okay. Because here, this one goes in, I think. Because there's a next scene, right? Yeah, sure. And then I want to imply these ones because I think that helps. Just the more action we get to this and stop caring about all of these weird lines, the better. Like that. Is that a possibility? Looks weird. Is that? Okay, I kind of like it and I kind of hate it, you know? I mean, you know, it is what it is. I gotta make it feel like it's actually like a place, you feel like, and just give it a little bit of what are the details you think about when you like something like that, yeah? Does this feel like a door? I don't know. I'm probably going to go back to these and just change everything, because it's very tiny and very hard to see what's happening. And I feel like this girl can get a lot like bigger, just the way it's so tiny and tiny. Like that big, you know? Yeah, that's just way better. Then I go over with the thing. Yeah. So sometimes it's beautiful that I'm able to like do things like test out things like that more. I think that just reads a little bit better. But it still doesn't make any sense. Does not. Again, what is happening? No idea. Just a big question mark. I don't remember what it is. But I kind of have to change the whole scene if I want to be able to like keep it and stuff. But I suppose it's good to have like, okay, this is how it all started and stuff. I feel like so much has happened in like 1 year. I turned like a certain age and suddenly my voice just became very dark and stuff. What do you think of this one? This one is also very artsy, and yeah. I don't think it's super readable, and I think readability is the key anyway, a lot of the times. And this doesn't fully read, it's very, very creative, but you know, I don't know, I thought that one would look good. I'm not sure. I think I like that. I saw someone do that kind of thing, like what to do. Like one big and it's going down like that for the letters. You know? Big down. Big down. And it gives just this, I don't know, feeling of something, I don't know. I was going for hello. My mind is dark. Okay, but I think we're finished with those. first one, and this one it's just because I don't know how to draw that. This one very hard to understand. It says have I been trying to like draw something here? I have no idea. Just remember those What's happening in this one, and he gets out and through the door. Very hard to read. Because on top of it, why is his arms like that? That's not how arms work. And this one, I feel like we can just make them like feel like actual, like, you know, this is scary looking on our hands. Fingers or something. But does it read like that? No. Can you see the clawness in this clawness? Not sure. I just want to have like sense of it. Okay, that's an alternative. Oh, okay, yeah. It's a little bit creepy, yeah, but that's what we're going for. I don't know what he's gonna imply. Okay. I always start singing occasionally, like, I think it's because in my youth I just drew a lot and together with music, and so my art is just music occasionally. Maybe if we make it like less stressed over here and then make it like that, then it looks like, you know, something. And here I want to make like we're gonna see what we can do with this. Maybe you know. Do you have terrifying dreams? Anyway, I can see. Is that more like this boy? Because sometimes I always make head a little bit too big anyway. No, that's more like the boy, I think. He's more like this. And that's how we read it, I think. Slightly. I'm just removing, and it doesn't make any sense. Because you want his head to be like this gooey fucking thing, like he's going through, like it's impossible to I think that's the way I want it to be. Then just like that, like terror. I think that reads well. Something like that. I like that. Yeah, I like that. That's the creep. So yeah, sure. Okay. But you kind of wanted to be like he's looking away so he doesn't really realize, so he looks off and then he realizes she's there. So we should flip it, maybe. um, oh, okay. So creepy. Okay. So I should be around here, I think. It's like his head doesn't even hold him up, like it's just... Look at that, explains it well. And it's like his brain is gone, so it looks pretty gone here. Oh, okay. Sure. That's a plan. It's a plan. How tall is this boy? I think you gotta make him a little bit more... That's too big. So he has to be like in between like that. So he gets out with his hands. So it's... His arm is out. So... Yeah. It's not a scary looking arm though. It's pretty... You know? So flip the canvas. See what we can do. Can we do it like that? Why? Yeah, okay, I just imagined how it looked like. What is this video? I'm just called it. My imagination just running a little bit. It's funny. It's not the truth. Okay, save. What there in between them? Huh? Hello. Maybe it is actually good to have a little bit of crisp around these figures, like they are something wrong with them. Then we want want a clean line of hair. Thank you. It's never clean, is it? I think you want the arm to be like maybe 2 hands is scary. That's you know, trees. How are we gonna spell out eh? Okay, so I have this kind of deal going on. Hello, Gato, what's up? I'm gonna have her be like a little bit, you know, maybe her down like that, so you can feel her downness, if you will. Clean this up a little bit. Her hands, don't talk to me about them. Seems to me like be like that. Sure, whatever. If that does more. That. Yeah, that reads well. It's very stylized though, you know. It's stylized. Okay, but how do I make sure that it's just like a... Do you see the contrast in between here? I think, firstly, we want to maybe make this way bigger or something. Like so, maybe. Does that read better? Because that's not how the eyes fall, do they? You want to have like door, clunk, opening, that sound. So then I kind of want to redo this whole thing. It doesn't work. Oh well, it's yeah, sure. Good on paper, I suppose. Maybe it's just because I am bad at explaining what I want. So. There we go, there we go. Well, that looked better than the ones before because it was so like chaotic and clean. Now it's like something here at least. Even if that doesn't work, you know. Sounds okay here. I think people enjoy looking at my work sometimes because it's just it's a mess. I think I can hear a cat. I'm just gonna go quickly and get the cat, if you will. My computer is just going vroom vroom vroom.